All right, here we are again, and this time with a more proper web app. This one actually being a website. So this one we had to do sign up. Just you can sign up, and that's that. So I'll kind of just go over it here. And also another thing I'd like to mention is that the assignment after this is when we started doing um, the database stuff. So this isn't well, this is stored into a database, but it's not like don't have to use XAMPP to load up Apache. This is just like the in the in-house one, I suppose. If I actually show, see, it's the H2 memory database. So anyway, here you see controller, get mapping, get mapping, get mapping. This just has some get mappings for the pages. I definitely sort stuff better because this is called sign up controller and it's just your get mappings. So I sorted stuff better later on. And then here's this user controller. Another thing is that I have these which are best used in their own class, and I do that in the one after this. And even after that, I actually do it a little bit better, even where in the aspect that I don't really do it because I was using end up using Spring Security, and Spring Security does some of this for you. Not everything, but it does do some. In terms of the password encoding, it doesn't really have these built in. Anyway, here you can see sign up. So obviously you have a password and then email and then username, which not everything has username, but so then it does a little check. It uses the user repository. Yeah, exists by username, exists by email. So the way this works is it kind of generates them. So if you use this exact naming convention, so exists by, and then the name of the variable, it'll do that little. You don't have to do anything. The H2, yeah, the JPA, sorry, does that for you. And see, uh, see in this one, I named my columns, which actually led to an issue because see, it's user then capital name. So I stopped doing that. It's just way easier to not. This was like, oh, this makes it so clear, but not really. Anyway, so here you see submit. It does that little check, which, like I mentioned, all this stuff is better used elsewhere and then just called upon. It's just this is my first one doing it, so I was mostly focused on getting it done. So see these return to the sign up failure, and this redirects to sign up a success if these checks, because see this is password checks for your password, this checks the email, and this checks if the account already exists. And then view data, see it's what you expect. It takes you to the view data page and see there's an attribute which is users and then user repository dot find all, and you can see the find all method isn't in here. It's another built-in one. It's just one that I don't can't even remember if you have to specify these. This was my first one that I did, so I definitely did specify them. It's just I can't remember if you have to for those ones since they're so simple. And then here, see, this is before I use Lombok, so I have a bunch of stuff that I don't need, and Lombok makes it smaller, but didn't know about it at the time. So here you can see, full args, uh, almost full args, no ID, and then no args instructors, and then your setters and getters. And then I'll show the actual pages now. So CSS, not really anything worth talking about too much. See, main page. These are static, so obviously your styles are static, but the index page as well just links to other pages, so that's static as well. And yeah, so here you put in your password, you put in your stuff. Here's a failure page. Here's the success page, which you don't have to split these up. This is just the way that I did it, and I think I don't split them up. later on. I know the one after this I have a bunch of different pages, but then by the time I get to the final, it's much more clean. And then here, this is user. I don't think I used this page. This is just like a kind of placeholder one that I did. And then here is what you expect where it's the, uh, yeah, that's just kind of a placeholder one that I did. And this is the actual proper one where you see you have this time limit each, and then it goes through all of them and gives out all the information, which obviously don't want that in the real world, but this is just for testing, and since it's, an assignment, we want to know that I'm able to do that. And then up here you can see I use Bootstrap as well, which is just something worth noting. So if I go here, so view data, I don't think there's anything in there. Nope. So sign up, I'll just put in, you know, stuff. And I'll have to put in a real password, so, uh, well, not like a real password, but you know what I mean. Not a valid email. And definitely were some bugs in this early one, so let me do, not a valid email format. See, I keep like this early one wasn't too good, as you can probably tell. So, because that was definitely valid email. Let me check this. Regex. They changed it after this. It's just for this, it kind of wasn't too good, I must admit. And that that's program you want to better yourself and that sort of thing. So the fact that it made it better since is definitely a good thing. It's just no, I wish I got it right the first try, but that can't happen all the time. Let me just do this, and then if this doesn't work, I'll just let it be. So you can pretty much I pretty much shown everything. It's just this. So yeah, see that's kind of bugging out. Um, what I might do is I'll just pause this, and then I kind of do want this to work, so I'll pause this, change that, and I'll get back to you. So yeah, I just took the regex from the one I did after this to basically, it's less strict and it actually now works properly. So I think, because I definitely did, obviously, I tested this assignment when before I turned it in. So I think maybe just this very specific email I was using did work, and then that was just too strict. So let's do this. I reloaded it, so okay, see now it's talking to me about the password, which I don't think I had a special character in there. So let me go do, because I did have a punctuation mark, but on this one I don't think punctuation counts as special characters. Yeah, so see now it's been successfully created. So now if I go to view data, see, and it's a hash password, so you can't see what it actually is. So yeah, that was a little, I guess, a little bump there to work through, but pretty simple. And like I said, I used the regex. I just took it from the assignment I did after this and put it in here, and it worked perfectly. So I guess that's keep in mind that sometimes they can be too strict. You want an email format to be correct, but you also don't want your user to be unable to make an account. And this is saved in the memory database, so if I reload this, it won't be in there. But after this, we start using the proper, Apache, I forget specifically what it's called, but, SQL database that actually persists. But yeah, I think that's all for this one, and see you next time.